Good evening. And I'm going to be doing most of the talking tonight because
My voice sounds like this.
Jansen's a little under the weather. It's the first snow of the year in Indiana, and it didn't come in with it didn't
dumped.
sidle in. It dumped in. So yeah, we got about I don't know if it was a full 2 inches, but we got
Man, I've been seeing like six inches in places.
like drift. Yeah.
No,
Really?
like 6 inches of accumulated snow.
Wow. Well, I haven't been outside for a while, so it's been snowing more. But anyway, welcome to Ramblestream number
104.
104. Okay, I really didn't know the answer to
There's
that.
104.
Number 104, where we will be talking about collections, and what that means.
Can you have too many things?
Why do we do it?
I don't know.
Well, you see, we come very well prepared this evening. We have a really great program. We're looking forward to hanging out with y'all. I've said this more, especially in recent weeks, but this is really kind of becoming a time that I know I speak for myself, and I think I can speak for Jansen as well. A time that we really treasure. As I think part of it's just the habit of doing it.
Yeah.
Part of it's maybe getting a little bit better at it, if I can say that.
Yeah.
And through doing that, you kind of find a routine and a habit, and so we're better able to kind of start up and just focus on having a good time, and having a really good conversation. And so I really look forward to it, and not as much of a dread, maybe.
Right.
Not that it was a bad dread that I used to have, but I would spend the majority of the day preparing and.
I spend a majority of the day preparing, so you don't have to, Richard.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No, I agree. I think this is it used to be a big load to carry on a Monday, but now it's like, shoot, we've got this cadence down. We have familiar faces in the chat.
And we get to just focus on the parts that are fun, which is hanging out with y'all, engaging with the chat as much as we can. I know that it seems like we do better when we engage more with the chat. So we will work on doing that. It's hard to do all these things at once, but we're getting better at it.
We've got some comments about my beardless face over my voice, which is...
They didn't comment on your mustache when that happened.
No, they didn't.
We were both rocking the stashes.
I was in a wedding this weekend, and it was requested that every groomsman was clean shaven, which is
quite a request.
It's a crazy...
Can you imagine some people might really have a hard time with that?
I know. It's a crazy request, but I wouldn't do it for anyone else.
Well, that's good. That's good.
Let's scroll up to the top here, Richard. Oh, wait.
A little introduction.
Who are we?
Who are we? What are we talking about? My name is Richard Worsham, and I am co-founder and head of design at Janus Motorcycles, which just happens to also be the sponsor of the show.
I didn't shave my legs too.
I am broadcasting this evening as is usual recently from the Ramble studio at HQ, which is our downtown assembly shop where we've been since this beginning, 2011. And I ramble with a 2009 Kawasaki KLR and a 2017 Halcyon 250 number 68. And this evening, I'm actually double fisting. Although I'm not holding them both at the same time. I'm drinking because Jansen suggested it. What is it called?
It's just throat coat.
Throat coat tea.
It's yummy, and it helps. Yummy. It helps my throat. My name is Jansen.
It's helped my throat too, but I'm also drinking Evan Williams. two cups.
Just 2 cups. Just a 2-cup Monday.
I guess I could mix them into one and have a hot toddy.
I don't know. This is really sweet.
So it's a hot toddy.
That's
full of honey and lemon.
Okay. Anyway, you should try it.
I should try it. All right, Jansen, go ahead.
My name is Jansen. I'm coming to you live as well in the Ramblestream studio. I'm sipping on some throat coat, and I am rambling on nothing.
He will be rambling.
I will be rambling on a Phoenix 450 soon. 6 years, maybe. A year, maybe. Who knows, really? No promises here. We've got a lot of people in the chat. Remember, this is your only way. We can sit up here and we can just talk.
Blabber.
And go on and on and on. But if you want to blabber with us, if you want to ramble with us, the only way to do that is by leaving a comment in the chat, and we'll try to get to them as they come. But the first person to chat, lucky winner, Janus McRider.
I'm going to let you take that in. Halcyon 450 number 331 and Halcyon 250 number 569, neither of which is dangerous, in my opinion. Going to warm up some coffee while the snow falls. Very nice. Very nice.
And Jansen, in the motorcycling world, MC equals motorcycle equals MC. Well,
not anymore.
If you didn't give me such a hard time all the time, I might call you by the right name. I don't know. We got Bill Maxey.
Oh, sorry. Bill Maxey here in cold and windy Tallahassee at 50 degrees. Oh, my. Going down to 28. Okay, that's cold. Sipping on some peach Jim Beam, waiting on my Halcyon 450 number 420. Wonderful. Good to see you. We got another one. He says he's following your weather and saw that your temps are rather low. Any snow? Yes, we say there's snow, and they are getting cold, but they're not really that cold for this neck of the woods.
No.
It's going to get a lot colder.
It's going to get worse.
But it's going to get like in the 60s this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So this is just a little foray.
I'm going to Vegas this week, so I don't even care what it does here, you know?
Well, watch that sore throat because that dry desert heat is not good for you. Speed Racer 95 says Maryland number 1209 Halcyon 250. Kind of sad. It's getting too cold to ride Jeannie, but I get to look at her every day. I come home from work. Pure beauty. I'm sipping on ice cold milk, eating chocolate chip ice cream. Wow.
That sounds pretty good. Let's see who else we got.
I'll read them, Jansen.
Okay.
Save your voice for the ramble. Oh, Eric Green's on with Outlaw, Vancouver, Washington. Sunkissed orange soda. Okay, so we're almost in Orange Crush territory here.
Trader.
A little off brand. Simtech. Hey all, John here in SoCal, Rancho Cucamonga, running low on 7-Up. It's been mid-80s here, hot, dry, and clear. Hang loose.
Who else?
Nope, we got Charles on, Olaf from the Eastern Shore, Griffin 450 number 4, Halcyon 250 number 454, Phoenix 250 number 30, and a 24 Harley Davidson Tri-Glide, and a 24 Vespa GTS 300 in the stable. That's a pretty classic Janus diverse lineup. There's a lot of folks that have a wide range of. Today, Jansen and some of our team were talking a lot about our owners and the typical buyers, and we were putting a lot of thought into that. And that was one of the things that came up is that a lot of Janus riders, it's not just a Janus in their garage.
No, it's usually other things as well. Let's see.
Uh-oh. I'm coming down with it. Old School. Hey, Old School. I got your photograph. Old School sent me a picture of Old School, and he had a walker with a headlight and handlebars.
That's awesome.
Watch out for that man. He says, it snowed. I had to put Althea away. I was hoping for a couple more rides, check my brand new Nibby carburetor, and what a difference. Just wicked, baby. Thanks, Devin of Moto Cult. Awesome.
Bless you.
Bless you. Thanks, Kelly. Says, speak louder or turn up the volume, please.
Yeah,
we got our volume. We're clipping it.
I've got nothing left in my voice, but
can we go any higher?
We can go.
Oh, that's louder. I can hear that louder.
We can go louder.
Maybe you need to turn your volume up. Old School. Turn up your hearing aids with your walker. With that walker.
Jansen, I feel you. You can use mint tea, possibly with honey. I'm hoping that this throat coat is the remedy here for my soft, nice voice. Jansen needs to grow a goatee, says Straw Dog. That might be in the cards.
I don't know. You look pretty good with that mustache, I got to say.
Well, thank you.
I liked it.
My dad had a mustache for a long time.
I think mustaches are underrated.
I think they're coming back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing my best. Although I'm blonde, so my mustache is blonde. You can't really see it.
Just looks dirty. Man, you need to take a shower or something. So is mine.
Wipe your nose. Stephen Galliu says, hi, did you get interested with EICMA trade show of Milan? wow, it's been one of my goals for many, many years to get to EICMA. I have a good friend, Shashia, who does a lot of our artwork for some of our rally posters and just kinds of stuff. And he lives in Milan, and he went to EICMA and gave me the down low on. He said there were a lot of small displacement bikes, a lot of Chinese electric bikes.
That sounds fun.
Yeah,
that sounds
not a
lot of
huge
fun.
surprise because it's sort of similar to a lot of the trade shows that I've been to.
Yeah.
In recent years.
Yeah.
How's that volume, folks? Is that too loud?
I did turn it up even more.
I can. It's very loud in my headset.
Yeah. You want me to turn? I'll take it.
No. It's
okay.
Okay.
Jordan Hand says, Jansen, without whiskey in it, it won't work.
Not a toddy.
I mean, okay, maybe that's true. Got the volume cranked. If I was driving, I would not be able to hear.
Okay, well,
Parked till midnight.
We got to keep the volume loud.
It's better, Super Trucker says.
Maybe if you do turn down our headsets, we'll speak louder. Or I will, at least. I won't feel like I'm deafening myself.
Yeah. We'll just turn it down a skosh.
There we go. We'll speak louder that way. All right. It's getting cold here.
I even muted I should have muted us both. You can still hear my cough. Give us I think we're ready for a little poem.
Okay. So a couple of Ramble streams ago, I lamented the fact that I had to read Auden off a piece of paper because I had to print it off, but I found my Auden.
Thank goodness.
We're going to get back to it.
After your poem, I've got big news.
Oh, cool. So this is actually a new to me poem. I was just leafing through Auden and decided this was a good one. It's called A Change of Air. And yeah, well, I'll just let the poem speak for itself. Corns, heartburn, sinus headaches, such minor ailments tell of estrangement between your name and you. Advise of a change of air. Heed them, but let the modesty of their discomfort warn you against the flashy errands of your dreams. To grow a sailor's beard, don monkish garb, or trade in an agglutinative tongue with a stone-aged culture would be mollycoddling. To go elsewhere is to withdraw from movement. A sidestep, a short one, will convey you thither. Although its chaffinches, maybe, have learned the dialect of another river basin, a fault transformed the local building stone, it has a priest, a postmistress, an usher. Its children know they are not to beg from strangers. Within its average elsewhereishness, your name is as a mirror answers. Yourself, how you behave in shops, the tips you give. It sides with neither, being outside both, but welcomes both with healing disregard. Nor when you both return here, for you will, where luck and instinct originally brought you, will it salute your reconciliation with farewell rites, or populate your absence with reverent and irreverent anecdote. No study of your public reappearance will show, as judgment on a cure demands, a sudden change in love, ideas, or diet. Your sojourn elsewhere will remain wordless, a wordless hiatus in your voluble biography. Fanatic scholarship at most may prove that you resign from some committee, unearth a letter from the Grand Duke to his cousin, remarking among more important gossip that you seem less amusing than you were.
What a way to end it, too.
Very good.
That's good.
A little bit. I thought it was apropos
of
the change in the weather.
That felt right with how I feel, too.
Yeah.
It all comes together.
And the loss of a beard.
Yeah.
Or the
just so
gaining
much,
of one.
So much change. It's crazy. Jansen, you skipped my special intro. I didn't see it. I scrolled back, but I didn't know which one you were talking about. You want to read that one?
David Watkins. Greetings from North Central West Virginia. Halcyon 450, number 220. 2018 Chieftain Dark Horse. 2013 Harley-Davidson Tri-Glide. Sipping on coffee. Good to see you, David. Kelly says, any chance at bringing the dual gauges back for the Halcyon 450? Well, unfortunately, I can actually answer that one, but it's in the negative. We're always working on, well, we're not always. I hope this is our last foray with gauges, but we're working with a new supplier, and it's a absolutely gorgeous gauge. Not sure when we'll actually be able to launch that, but it's a single gauge with
it looks good.
Integrated tachometer and speedometer. Of course, analog tachometer. But it really reminds me of Vincent's, which always had that big single giant. Well, this one isn't giant, but it's actually very big. It's larger and more legible.
Yeah.
We've got great reviews in daylight. So we're very, very excited. Easy to use. But yes, no double gauges.
No dual gauges.
At least in the current plan.
Yes. All right.
Confed Yank says, yo, from Central North Carolina, 100th anniversary Road King, 120th anniversary Royal Enfield GT 650. Kidding on second one to tease Jansen. Sipping some orange crush.
There it is.
120th anniversary. Nice. Nice.
We see it. Okay. So our membership, our YouTube membership is now live.
Okay. Tell us about it. For those who haven't heard about it already.
So I think it's at $4.99 a month. You can join.
Throat coat is amazing.
It's tasty. You can join and have access to 3 things.
Okay.
First thing, a pre-ramble. 10 minutes before the ramble stream, or kind of whenever we...
Around about 10 minutes.
Just go live when we have everything set up. You get to just hang out with us while we just sit here and chat about whatever. So I know some of you...
Fly on the wall before this ramble stream would have been very interesting.
It's probably a little more... Yeah. It's probably a little... not probably. It is less refined.
Oh, yeah.
It is less curated. You're going to get the ultra true transparent versions of us if we're not that enough already. So you get that. And then you also get member only shorts.
Okay.
And I'm thinking those are just going to be more behind the scenes stuff. Again, very unpolished, just very real stuff. And you'll get early access to all of our videos.
So what does that mean? How early?
So usually we like to have them up about a week in advance.
Oh, wow.
So you guys would be able to access those videos. Oh, hold on.
We got a super chat?
We got a new member.
We got a new member.
Hurt Pink Sock.
Wow.
What is... Have you chatted before? Or did you change your name? Hurt Pink Sock. I don't recognize that name.
I don't either.
Well, thank you so much for becoming a member. You now have access to all of the things that I just said.
Oh, wait, he's actually a member.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He just signed up for it.
Cool.
So there should be a little join button somewhere right under this video if you're on YouTube.
Speed Racer says, is that really worth $5 a month?
I mean, I think it is.
I guess we'll find out.
I mean,
it's not required. I mean,
no.
The Ramble Stream is open to anyone who dials in.
So far, it's just going to be Hurt Pink Sock and us just chilling. But for $5 a month, you can have access to all of that. Just a little extra thing. Again, this money isn't going into our pockets. It's going to improving the stream itself. So we appreciate.
Speaking of,
yes,
we now have. Are you gonna actually haul it out? We actually have a new monitor.
And these things.
We have 2 of those.
Light arms.
So we got, with our super chats, we got new lights so that we have these giant stand lights that sit in my office all the time. And then we also have a new monitor with, according to all the reviews, impeccable color definition.
Wow. Let's go. So excited.
So we didn't have a chance to set it up today, or rather Jansen didn't.
No.
Next week, can we say with certainty?
I can say with certainty next week it'll be up.
Sweet. And then I won't have all these giant box lights all over my house.
Yeah, thank goodness. Thank goodness. You sure that's not a table leg? Yes, I'm sure it's not a table leg. I thought Jansen was just going to blow his nose. No, I was getting some fun surprise. Do I need to blow my nose? Are you trying to tell me something? I'm not sick. What are you talking about? We need to see the monitor. All right.
It's
Richard,
it's pretty big.
Fill the airtime. I'm going to get it.
Okay. All right. Are you sure you're gonna grab the thing?
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it.
It's very large, so I think we're good. We're good.
I would, but these daggone light stands are in the way.
Yeah.
Not for much longer.
Quite an operation. Anyway, enough of this. What's up next? We got a thing. Builds or thing
of the week
Okay,
is
builds of the
next. Our favorite segment, brought to you by Mitch McLean. This is Richard. Can you read it, please?
This is Charles with a 450 Halcyon number 405. And as we can see, this is a black frame, so it leaves us a nice open choice selection of colors. I'm going to go with Charlevoix blue. I'm going to try and be decisive with my decisions here.
I'm going to follow your lead.
Okay.
British Racing Green.
Very good.
Can we get some guesses in the chat? Whoa, hold on. Russell Peters.
All right.
Thank you so much for becoming a new member. We'll see you in the pre-ramble next week.
Okay,
Vintage red.
Kelly says vintage red. We got 2 vintage reds. All right.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. We'll get some more, I'm sure.
All right. So we got it's a 450, obviously. We got oil tank installed. We got the oil tank cap on there. We got the rear transom. Some angles, front fork verticals, horizontals. We got our engine installed. Tie downs. Shock absorbers.
First hint.
We got saddle brown Sargent seat.
Looking good for both of us.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is indeed. It would also look good with vintage red.
Mm-hmm.
Top plate. Oh, they're getting a windscreen.
Nice.
Handlebars. Exhausts. Okay. All right. I do see some Charlevoix blue down there.
At the very end.
That might be BRG too. I don't know.
Oh, dang it.
Is that is?
No, that's
BRG.
No, it's not. That's
yes, it is.
No way. That looks like olive drab.
Okay, maybe. It might be.
I think it is.
Right.
Hold on. What does the chat say?
I think that
orange. It's not orange. I'm going with green. You got it right, Speed Racer. If this was the green you're talking about,
I think you're right. I think it is olive drab.
I think it's olive drab.
Well, it's a very nice color.
That's nice.
We have copper and vintage red pinstripe. If I'm reading that right,
I'm just not gonna say anything.
Okay, thanks. That does look like copper to me, at least on this monitor. That is definitely olive drab, gloss olive drab.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Copper feather logo. Airbox.
That feels like gold. I'm not just saying it.
And there we are.
Look at that.
That's a classic.
Ooh,
although that's like the copper and red pinstripe. I'm not sure I've seen that.
That's sharp.
Nice.
That's
Forgive
really
me.
sharp.
With a custom number plate, B349.
Very cool. Up next.
What do we have next? We have Gerald with a 450 Halcyon number 406. I'm going to go with British Racing Green.
I'm going to go with Charlevoix blue.
Nice. There is a Charlevoix blue back there somewhere. All right. Same set of... He's being very consistent now with his pictures.
Yes.
Oh, they're very consistent.
Some standardization.
Horizontals, shocks, rear shocks under the seats. Okay, we got saddle brown.
Watch, it's going to be OD green again.
Yeah.
Book rack.
Oh, this one is a book rack. Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Dang it.
I don't think I got it though.
I think you did.
That to me looks like, oh yeah, it does look like British Racing Green.
I think that's BGR.
Ooh. All right. This one we have, wow. Blue with, is that vintage red?
I don't know.
This is copper.
It looks copper. Yeah.
Wow. That is very subtle.
I like that a lot, actually.
Ducktail exhaust.
It almost looks.
I'm not sure what that color is.
It,
Tell us in the comments what you think that secondary pinstripe is. I love that blue though.
it almost looks brown.
So Confetti Ink says it's red. Or maybe he's guessing on the color of the bike. I don't know. BRG navy and what is that?
Maroon.
And maroon. Okay.
Y'all colorblind. It's red. No, it's the monitor.
This will be a thing of the past.
Yes. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Unless you picked out a monitor.
No, it's a nice one. It's a choice.
Okay. Well, anyway, this is, we always say no two Januses are alike. We were talking about that this morning.
Yeah.
This one has definitely never been anything like this before.
Yeah.
Gold feather logo. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, they went with blue, which I guess makes sense. The primary pinstripe color for the Halcyon logo.
What an interesting combo.
That's very interesting.
It really brings out the blue and
the powder in the BRG. Look at that. Fishtail exhausts, bar end weights, double mirrors, headlight visor, number plate, ducktail fenders, brushed exhaust, book rack. Man,
that's pretty loaded.
That's a beautiful Halcyon 450. Well, I'm going to take a guess on this one.
What is
Donald got a Halcyon 450 number 407. It looks like it's frame matched vintage red.
Can we pause stream, get new monitor? It would take us the next 20 minutes to get that thing out, get it out of the box, and then put it up.
We gotta drag this out as long as possible.
Right. All right. Vintage red. I'm gonna guess.
Or is it bright red?
I don't know.
Okay, just keep going.
I don't know.
All right. We got. There's your rear transom. It's interesting when you have the color match frames that you really can see the components a lot more clearly.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Shock absorbers. Another saddle brown. It does make everything, it's a much more high contrast with all the other pieces of equipment on the bike.
Yeah.
The brake rotors and the brake calipers. Top plate, handlebars, and they're the fenders. We can tell which ones they are.
Bam.
Yeah. Headlight bucket. This is the airbox before it's painted. Fenders before they're painted. Fuel tank before it's painted. And then we have it. This looks to me like
silver?
Single pinstripe with gold.
Gold. Gosh dang it, dude. Classic combo.
Look at those welds.
Let's go back. Man. Yep.
It's beautiful.
That'll do. That's a great looking bike.
Great work, Donald.
Great work, Donald. That would be too much red. Leather should be blood red. I don't know about that.
You could, but then you have a little bit of a contrast in the red.
Yeah.
Black pinstripe.
Needs red grips.
Oh, that would be too much red. He's talking about the saddlebags were red. Yeah, the leather work. I agree.
Good looking bike. I agree.
Nice.
So.
Pink.
Yeah, it's pink according to this monitor. What did you bring? What did you bring for a show and tell today?
Well, seeing as we're talking about collecting, I thought I'd kind of make it connect in multiple ways. Mm-hmm. So one of I was having a hard time thinking about what thing I collect that I wanted to feature, and the simplest one is that I do have a lot of, in that maybe this will tie in with our conversation later. Things that you collect, sometimes you just need more of them because it's another one.
Right.
Sometimes you need them because it's something you're really interested in its own merit. And this would be something that I collect for both reasons. Not all the books that I have. I'll give out. I'll say what it is. Not all the books that I have I read, although they're all on my reading list. But I have a very long reading list. However, this is a book that I've had for a very long time, and it's one that I've read many times. And I have read it. You can read it, even though it's a picture book.
There are blurbs.
But the book itself is about a collection, and it's about things.
Wow.
It's a collection. It's a book about collecting things
That you
is part of my collection.
collect. I'm gonna go get some more tea.
So this book, which I highly recommend to everyone as part of your collection, if you can still get a copy of it, was given to me. It was a gift. I think it was a Christmas present from my parents when I was probably, I don't know, 13, 14 years old. And this is a book. It's called At the Limit, and it's by Nick Mason, who you may, if you're a rock and roll fan, you know Nick Mason from Pink Floyd. And Nick Mason just so happens to be a connoisseur. I mean, in his own right. I mean, he's not just a guy who's made a lot of money as a rock and roller, but he's raced at Le Mans. He knows his stuff, and he has a collection of automobiles.
He feels like the kind of guy that just goes on side quests. I'm just gonna do everything.
He's really passionate about them. And he anyway. This book is a selection of his collection, and they carefully selected this, and then they went throughout the history of the car, starting with. Let's see what I think it's a Panhard, French car from 1901, and they go through a Bugatti Type 35, a BRM V16, a Jaguar D-Type, basically through the last 100 years, ending up with his personal Ferrari 250 GTO that he used to daily.
What?
A Ferrari 512S, a Daytona, a F40. And ends with a Porsche 962. But anyway, the beauty of this book is not just that it's a cool guy who had a whole bunch of cars, but they have absolutely beautiful photographs of these cars, and they took them to Silverstone.
Oh, cool.
And so this is just part of his collection. And then he hired a professional race driver, and the two of them took every single one of these cars to the absolute limit.
Wow.
And they wrote about the experience. So the book is written in two parts. So it has one part that's written by Mark Hales, who's the driver, commenting on how the car performs. And the other half is Nick Mason talking about how he found the car and the personal connection that it has to him. And then the last page of each section is the specs and like the performance. And then the end of the book, they compare, they actually lay out the racetrack, and then they compare all the performances and
cool.
track times and all the specifications of each car. Like the horsepower, the transmission, the tire sizes, the wheelbase, the track, the brakes, the length, the width, the height, top speed, everything. And so you can imagine, as someone who's like a kid reading this, I just read every single bit.
Yeah.
I mean, the part about the BRM, he describes it's a V16 open wheel race car. And they talk about how when it fires up, it sounds like it's like a orchestra of angry chainsaws. So you really get a kind of this is before YouTube, when I was reading this book, you get a kind of like an experience of what it's like to experience these vehicles. Right. And then my father took us to some vintage race tracks, and I got to see an F40 in person and photograph it myself in the paddock. But I felt like I had a connection with it, and I still feel like these cars that are in this book, I know them on a level that is a little deeper. And the last thing I'll say about it is that the people like Jay Leno, who have collections of cars, the beauty of it's really a shame, I think. I mean, maybe it's not a shame. I don't know. I won't judge what you do with your collection, but isn't it wonderful if you have a collection that you figure out a way to share that with people? Yeah. And I think that's a big part of collections, why it's always, you want to have a museum if you have a collection somehow, and you allow people like George Barber, that, Barber Museum is his motorcycles.
That's cool.
And then you provide a way for people to see these things that they would never have a chance to see. So this I think really does a good job of that. Jay Leno and his Jay Leno's Garage YouTube channel does a phenomenal job of talking about not just the car, but like his experience getting the car, or the people he brings on, like why they like that car.
Yeah.
So anyway, to me, if you collect things, you should try and share it. Same thing with books. If you collect books, try and write your name, or in this case, if you have a really swanky book plate. See my book plate?
I saw it. I was gonna ask you a question about it.
Ex Libris, Richard Worsham. If you have a nice book plate, you can lend them out, but keep an eye on them. 'Cause sometimes books don't come back.
I still have one of your books.
I do a pretty good job writing my name in the front. So.
Yeah, I know it's yours. But don't you worry.
Or you can gift them.
I don't think the one you gave me was a gift. It was you should read this and then return it, please. You want to read that one?
Dennis Smith says, greetings from the Cleveland Moto Podcast. Hey, idiots. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you.
Oh, Mitch is in here.
And where's Mitch? Oh, Mitch. Hey, dudes. Hey, Mitch.
What do we got? So, Indy Racing Green and Black Phoenix 450. No.
What are you going to do?
I'm thinking not a cream, but an off-white and yellow.
And yellow. Pinstripe?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. What about if it has a fairing? What are you going to do?
I've got to draw it still, but I have an idea for a big old decal on the side.
I always think about those Moto Guzzi, what is it, the V8?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the V8 that they had a beautiful off green. It's not British racing green, it's Italian.
Huh.
Then they have a like aluminum fairing. It's just aluminum.
Just straight aluminum.
Aluminum, like not even like polished.
That's
I'm not saying for you. I'm saying for me.
That's tight.
with a like dark brown leather seat.
I can respect it.
Suede.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Suede.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm excited to see.
We may not offer suede seats, but just.
I'm excited to see all of the new variations that people come out with.
Tonight's theme, Kelly asks, what was tonight's theme? Tonight's theme is collecting. In case you didn't already.
If you couldn't catch on to the idea consistent throughout the podcast. I'm sick. I don't know what else. My brain just is not firing.
You're doing good.
We've had a long day today.
Yeah, we had a long meeting this morning.
I spent too much time with you today, as I think is what it really is.
Talk yourself hoarse.
What is the difference between collecting and hoarding?
According to some people, not much.
But there has to be some.
Well, we got into it a little bit, like that idea that I do. So I have different genres of books.
Jansen's collecting germs. Come on, man.
He's also probably sharing them.
Yes, you're welcome. WeFunder. Do we want to talk about that real quick? Two things. Sorry, I know I'm squirreling us. Before we get into the ramble, we've got two announcements. First one being
Black Friday sale. We've talked about this in the Ramblestream before, but we are offering on new builds 50% off of all options and upgrades, which I think is the highest percentage we've offered off of those ever. And we're offering 50% off of your shipping with full payment. So that's the Black Friday sale. We'll have more Black Friday announcements on our merch soon. We haven't launched that yet.
And the WeFunder.
WeFunder is we are raising funds right now to expand our production, and we're opening that up to everyone. So if you want to be a part of Janus Motorcycles, visit our WeFunder page, and we have raised well over $300,000 just in commitments so far. We thought we were going to need to get 50,000 to qualify, and we blasted past it. So
crushed it.
Right now we're in the process of doing all the financial reviews. I was just on the phone with the WeFunder financial team today with Mark, and we were going through our financial. We have to be very by the book to be able to file with the SEC Form C.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in that, you can go visit our WeFunder page, or you can just send us an email. We can answer any questions. I'll even get on the phone, talk it through.
What's your what email should they send those questions to?
The one that I always share here on the Ramblestream is rambling, RAMBLING @janusmotorcycles.com.
There you go. Anyway, the difference between collecting and hoarding.
So here, this is how I'll try and answer this. I gave the example of a book. So that is something. One of the first things I did when we bought our home 5 or so years ago is build bookshelves because I have a lot of books, and the bookshelves we made them so they weren't very tall. They were so that we could also have some art on the walls, posters and stuff, which I also like lots of motorcycle art.
Yeah.
But there's different genres of books, and probably the one that I like to. I mean, I have all my old school books, and then books that we kids books. One of my favorite genres, children's literature. Read to my daughters. Those are kind of like corner architecture books and motorcycle books. Well, most of my motorcycle books are here around the office, but also books on sailing.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a category where if I'm in a used bookstore, I might not plan on reading it, but I as well pick up another one.
Just in case.
Just to add to the collection.
Just in case I might want to read it. I don't know.
So I say that because I think that maybe that gets to a little bit of the difference. I don't know what the difference between hoarding and collecting is. Maybe hoarding would be the idea that you have no intention of ever sharing it.
Yeah, that. Or I was thinking like there's no intentionality behind it.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of things.
Well, isn't it true that there's a virtue to things and a vice to things? Like every good thing, there's a bad version of it too.
Yeah.
And I think you could say the same thing about collecting. There's probably a dark side of collecting that we could call hoarding,
like a reality TV show,
where it's like a compulsive behavior that you just. But collecting is sort of compulsive too. I mean, any hobby we have, there's a level of compulsion to it that we also the virtuous side of that we call a passion, or maybe passions are not all virtuous, but there's a passionate interest that you have in something that drives you to pursue it more.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I have a hard time drawing the line between hoarding and collecting. Probably it's when people need to have an intervention.
Yeah.
Although that can happen with
collecting
the best things in the world too. People say, "Hey, we don't understand why you're doing this.
This doesn't make any sense to us. You need to stop."
And that's when you have to just either hold the line or
say, "Okay,
maybe I need to stop."
James Harvey says hoarding is quantity over quality.
I think that might be good. Yeah. If you just have to have it no matter what it means, you just volume.
Right. Just as much.
I think that's true. I think that's true. That's a good point.
I think this is Jason.
Super Trucker 412 says collecting is taking care collecting is taken care of and organized. Hoarding just looks like garbage, clutter, or a junkyard. I think that there's truth to that too. Although I have met some great collectors that I have a great deal of respect for, and there's the parts that you take really good care of, and they also, there's also some trash associated.
Adjacent.
It's kind of like part of not everything is like in mint form.
I am the opposite, I think, of a collector. Collecting is what you do when you're young. Hoarding is what you do when you're old.
All right.
I mean, all right. I can't argue with that. Well, gentlemen, you can read this one.
Old School says, well, gentlemen, being a retired professional clinical therapist, hoarding is the serious dark side of a form of mental health issues. I worked the streets in my days and went into homes, apartments, etc. Yeah, I can totally understand that. And there's definitely a very dark side to hoarding.
Yeah.
But I think that there's a little bit of that even in the collector.
Like a collector knows what is worth of a spot in his or her collection. A hoarder just says, I might already have 3 of these.
Yes.
But I want another exact one.
And that's where like what Old School saying, there's like a mental disorder. I don't know, man. I have a really hard time. Like, I think even the best collectors probably have some sort that you could be categorized as having some kind of disorder.
We all have disorders, okay?
But one thing that I think that would be helpful is oftentimes when we think about, there's a word that's used way too much these days. it's a good word, but we use it too much, and it's curating. And it's very big marketing speak, but to curate may be helpful to think about, like, if you have a collection, what curating really means, at least off the top of my head right now, I think it means that there's a level of culling that takes place.
Yeah.
And a great collection like this one that Nick Mason put together, he didn't list all the cars in his collection. And he had to curate. This is a true example of the word curate. I think it's 21 classic cars that shaped a century of motorsport. I think to have a really good collection, for it to be defined as a collection, it has to be curated.
Yeah.
If it's not curated on some level, like at a certain point, like let's say my sailboat book collection, I'm going to have to start getting rid of the ones that aren't really worth keeping.
Right.
And I think that's where, if you can't get rid of anything, that's hoarding.
Right. When there's this, I think
that maybe we're getting somewhere.
This pushback against getting rid of something, not because it means something to you, but because you just want to keep it for yourself, I think is kind of where the line is.
There's a good comment here. Arlsberg says, to an extent, I suppose the Wachslers would be considered hoarders if they didn't have such good PR. I do think that, so what he's talking about there is the Wheels Through Time Museum.
Okay.
Down in Maggie Valley. And Dale Wachsler, he has the most amazing collection of American motorcycles. I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. And a lot of them are in really rough shape, but they get them running.
It's cool.
It's called the Museum That Runs, and they'll kickstart a bike randomly, and they all have like baking pans underneath them for the oil that's leaking. I do think that they probably don't keep everything.
Yeah.
But that's why I have a hard time drawing the line. I think that Dale probably did have some kind of major problem with hoarding motorcycles, which is why then all of a sudden, a lot of times maybe you take somebody who has has hoarded things, and then at a certain point in their life they go, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I need to share this and do something with this, because otherwise it just means nothing, and these things are going to rust into the ground and no one will ever know. And I think there's a combination, curation and sharing with other people. Maybe they go hand in hand. You can't share everything with everyone. Like the Barber Museum. Yeah. It has all these motorcycles. Or another great museum that I would recommend to all of you is the Lane Motor Museum in Nashville. And the Lane Museum is really neat because there are a lot of cars and there's not enough room. So they have a lower floor where they just store them, and then they rotate through the display area. Yeah. So when you go there, you're always seeing something a little different.
Well, that's cool.
So you're not going to go to the same museum and see the same things over and over and over again. And I think that's a great example of curation, and it keeps things fresh. But they're trying to share these vehicles with people. And I think I made that point that like sharing, I think, is really, really important part of successful collecting.
Yeah. So why do you think we do it?
That's a really good question. I think that it starts with an interest. It starts with a appreciation, and then it either devolves or evolves into you gain a lot of understanding of these things and a lot of knowledge of them. Like I think collecting has always been a thing. Yeah, and there's a level of like human beings want to gather things, or to gather things and then to organize them. So if you think of like a postage stamps collecting, they're not, you don't just throw them all in a big pile. You organize them either by country or date, or
and you're usually
then you name them, and then you get
proud of them.
Yeah, and you're proud of them. Yeah, and you're absolutely. So I think that curating is a really good. It really is a good word. Yeah. And it has to do with how you present them or how you share them, even if it's just on your own wall, like how you present your art. I think of, art museums often start with a personal collection, or almost always start with somebody collecting art, and then they decide to share them. And then how do they organize them? One of my favorite museums, I think I maybe mentioned this before, is the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston.
Okay.
And instead of like typically you go to a museum and you see it's all organized by a historical period.
Right.
And instead she bequeathed her home, which is amazing Italianate villa or palazzo in recreation in Boston. And she hung the art by what went together well. And then part of her will was she bequeathed this, but they couldn't move any of the art.
That was
part of the stipulation. So it had to be in the same place. And so you get like Renaissance art next to different historical periods. The famous story about that is that they had, I think it was Rembrandt's. They were stolen.
Okay.
And guess what the museum did? They just left the frame. It's a famous art heist.
That's crazy.
And they just left the frames because it's like by stealing these, you've now people don't have the ability to see them anymore.
Right. And
it's kind of a statement.
And they want people to be constantly reminded by that.
It's pretty cool. But it's also nice to see art in a way that like how it's supposed to. Well, maybe not how it's supposed to be seen because a lot of these things are pulled out of their original setting.
Right.
But in a setting that is not just like Linnaean, to use that word again. Categorizing it like it's some sort of insect species.
Okay.
Or it's like a botany collection or something. Speaking of, our whole way of categorizing the world is sort of like a way of collecting. Think about like insect collections and like people that are botanists or entomologists. They're collecting specimens and species and categorizing them.
Yeah.
And then they put them in museums. And
is all science
in some ways maybe it's a collection,
just hoarding,
maybe
for the greater good,
or maybe not.
Maybe it's really bad. Now we're getting somewhere, Richard. Now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I've never considered myself a collector, really. If anything, I don't hold on to things often enough. And I find myself saying, dang it, I should have held on to that.
Well, we can tie this in even more to some of our previous conversations. We talked about heirlooms. And I think that heirlooms, they are parts of your collection that you're carrying on a passion or a pursuit with, whether it's your own family or with other people. You gift something to someone that kind of ties in with this collecting.
Right. It's interesting. Because I don't think about it like that all the time. Like I go, this is taking up too much space in my house.
You Marie Kondo it?
Needs to go.
I have a real problem with Marie Kondo.
I don't know what that is.
She had this book called, what is it called? Like,
is it like a minimalism?
It's like decluttering.
Yeah.
Decluttering.
Was she the same one that did the Netflix?
Yeah, probably.
Show? Okay.
Yeah. I don't know actually, but I just know that Marie Kondo stands for everything that I don't have.
Despise.
Yeah.
So, would you consider yourself a maximalist?
I don't know what that means.
Like
the opposite of minimalist?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think minimalism is beautiful, but I mean, like, look at a Janus.
Right.
They're not like just, you don't add all the features, right?
So where does the line stop?
I don't know if that's really a fair.
Does collecting not just overflow into all aspects of your life? Because if you have this propensity to acquire.
Well, I think that's where there's a problem where you start thinking about like owning. And maybe that gets to what we were talking about, sharing.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that someone like, you could accuse someone like Nick Mason of being just a really wealthy guy who's just I mean, the amount of money that's in those vehicles, it's absurd. And he's probably the value has gone way up since he bought an Alfa Romeo or a Aston Martin from 1930 something.
Yeah.
But I think that because he's interested in sharing these things, it is worthwhile.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I think that we really should talk about with collecting is that what is collecting? if it isn't preserving things for the future.
Like a time capsule.
Yeah, like if there weren't car collectors or book collectors,
Yeah.
or even like another topic would be like not all the things that people collect are actually inherently valuable objects.
Yeah.
Like maybe postage stamps as a collection they become, or coins.
Yeah.
Like maybe they, it's like a penny, but if you collect them, then they become valuable in a different way. So, but I think that this idea that the collector is interested in somehow saving something worthwhile from the past, so that it can continue. And that gets back to like that we were talking with the those YouTube channels with people who are restoring old things.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? Like, why are they doing? They're probably not making any money at it. There's a passion, and
That's an interesting connection between collecting and I'm trying to like articulate out collecting and like wanting to restore things that are broken and old.
But also maybe if we draw a line through to understanding, like think about like entomology, for example. Like if you're collecting these different kinds of insects, for example, or botany, there's an interest in understanding the world.
Yeah.
And then in furthering the greater good in that sense.
Yeah.
And so like there's a understanding the past and protecting it.
Yeah.
So that it can be appreciated in the future.
Do you feel
like, certainly think about like Wheels Through Time. These things would never be, I mean, they would be, but they aren't necessarily guaranteed to be protected.
Yeah. Do you feel as if there's a connection then? Oh crap! I completely lost my train of thought.
Well, let me fill in the space.
Okay.
The other to argue devil's advocate, like just I don't know, collecting these things. Maybe they need to go away.
That is an interesting thought. Why are we holding on to
fragments of ancient Roman pottery?
Yeah.
Trash. Literally trash.
They thought it was trash. Oh, Russell, your name showed up weird in our chat.
Numismatist. Nice.
What is that?
I believe a numismatist is someone who collects coins. Is that correct? I'm not cool. Sure. I'm gonna have to look that one up.
Super chat will light Jansen up. Yeah, sometimes, man. It is literal trash.
What is a numismatist?
Is there a class for Janus motorcycles?
Coin collector, yeah. I was right.
Okay. Is there a class for Janus motorcycles in a cannonball run?
I mean, maybe in 100 years.
What's a cannonball run?
Oh, well, no, that cannonball run is across the country and as fast as possible.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Guys are like really serious about it, right?
Yeah.
They have all these like systems put in place so they can avoid police, right?
Yeah, some of the new ones.
Yeah.
They run the old cannonball run, which is over 100 years old.
Jansen, raffle bike for owners rally. Second place is a DIY watch.
What's this?
I don't know. It's a company.
Raffle bike for owners rally. Second place is a DIY watch.
That could be cool. So everyone who buys a ticket is entered into a rally or entered into a giveaway.
Let's look at some of these comments before we sign off. I think there's some good ones. It's a big word. Numismatist.
It is a big word.
'Tis literal trash. Steam shovels need to lead love too. If one has space for it to roam free, why not? Absolutely.
I don't. Should they not just go away?
Except,
like after you said
go
that,
look up some of those historic steam shovels. Like they're just amazing.
Yeah, but there's better technology, isn't there?
Oh yeah, but it's not about that. Think about. There's a great. Is it really going on? Fred. What's his name? Fred Dibna.
Okay.
You should, if you haven't, some of these people in the chat are probably familiar with. He was a steeplejack You know what a steeplejack is? Steeplejacks are people, they repair things that are really high in the air,
Okay.
that climb steeples.
That sounds fun.
And then they also, his job, he did a lot of was just tearing down industrial era smokestacks, like
Oh,
brick,
cool.
like giant towers,
Yeah.
or repairing them.
Okay.
And he also collected steam equipment. He had a steamroller that he would drive around from the 1900. It's beautiful.
That's pretty
It's
cool.
really cool.
That's kind of cool. Len says, I don't see how anyone can go through life and not collect.
Amen. I think it's human.
Maybe I have a collection.
What is it like? EDC is like, it's a collection of things that it's a curated thing that you carry with you, tools you need every day. It's the same thing. It's like a collection doesn't have to be a hoard of things. It can be just a couple of things. Like for example, for me, I like watches. I only have a handful.
You know what I collect?
What?
Hats.
There you go.
But it's not intentional. I just like hats.
You, my friend,
I think
have the problem.
I think I understand. But I'm not allowed to wear hats here, apparently. Collecting is good for one's soul, passion, and sanity of everyday crazy.
Nice.
Old school. You've got it. You've got a collection.
He sure does.
What are they? They're
he collects little toys, vintage toys, tin toys, lead toys, like all kinds of like little motorcycles. I think he has more than just motorcycles.
He brought them to the owner's rally.
Yeah, he brings them to the owner's rally, puts them on display. And guess what? You know why he does that? He wants to share his collection.
Because he is a curator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool. Steeplejack, word of the day. Yeah, for real. I've never heard of that before.
Steeplejack. Don't sign me up for that job. I am not. I'm not afraid of heights, but I also am not gonna go and climb a 200-foot tower.
I love that kind of stuff. It kind of gets me going.
Well, you should watch Fred Dibno because he would put ladders up these things and just he drank like a couple of pints of beer and then he would go climb them.
Okay, that's crazy. I think it'd be cool to raffle a house on 250 that Richard rode cross country.
Oh, that would be too hard. That's part of my collection.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's willing to give that one up. All right. Well, I think that was, if we could wrap up the conversation on collecting.
Why do we collect? What is the actual thumbnail?
Why do we collect things?
I think we collect things because we're human beings.
Because we like to share the things that we also like.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like heirlooms a little bit, but many, not just one.
And a lot of times these things imbue us with identity.
Yeah.
Not to say that we want to get all of our identity from things.
Right.
But they can become an expression of who we are.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah. One last comment and we'll sign off here. My coffee mugs seemingly self-reproduce. I feel that one.
Yep.
My wife is a connoisseur of coffee mugs as well. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in on episode 104.
104. We'll see you all next week
for 105. And I'm so sorry for my voice. For all of you who are still here.
Yeah. And we'll have we'll be able to identify colors really well.
Thank goodness. Remember, if you want to join the membership on YouTube, you can do that by clicking the join button down below. You'll get access to the pre-ramble, which is the first 10-15 minutes of the stream before everyone has access to it. You get members only shorts, and then you get access to videos weekly.
Bye-bye.
We'll see you next week.